Hey, and welcome to my school. Okay, I want to give you a brief orientation and also share about myself and what this is. So you might come in here for different reasons. Okay, there's a growing offer that I'm putting out here. And I want to explain you a little bit what really the root and background is that had me create this offer. So I am 12 years into my sobriety with alcoholism. And when I started, so I am 12 years into my sobriety with alcoholism. And I crawled out of this hole entirely myself. And I learned a lot of things. And I think sobriety is the biggest teacher there can be for people. But like a lot of people in sobriety are still kind of like they sober, but they hooked on like something like AA and it becomes sort of like their God. And that's not the case for me, because I've realized there's so much to becoming sober and becoming clear in yourself. And you can't just like stop an addiction and then expect that you just hold it together, that you won't drink or that you won't do this or that, right? So there's sort of like, I call it a tidal wave that comes. There's this sentence that says an addict doesn't suffer his alcoholism until he stops drinking. And that's so true, because it makes you numb. It numbs you. When we don't drink, this tidal wave comes. And for me, that was like, I'm so sensitive. I have so many feelings, and I'm a visionary. So I get all of these feelings that are coming in every day. I feel something in my body 24/7. Some kind of buzzing, some kind of vibrating, some kind of anything. And really the first thing that comes in is getting in touch with those feelings. And that takes a long time. That takes some practice in of itself. And then eventually what happens is, especially as someone so sensitive, we want to feel a different kind of connection. It's really required that we feel a different kind of connection. So we need to learn how to be in relationship with other people in a different way that we have been, because I was hiding in my addiction before. And if I do that and I start to be in touch with myself, all of a sudden I'm like getting these downloads and insights and ideas, and I get ideas and downloads and insights every day, right? Like I've become a channel through this work. Now, that just leads me to overwhelm, right? Like, what am I supposed to do with all of these ideas? And it leads me to hopelessness and being like, I will never be able to execute on this stuff. It's so big, right? And in AA, they have this saying like grandiosity, like the addict is grandiose, has grandiose ideas. And that's so true. But for them, it's like, put that away. It's not supposed to come out. And I don't believe that. I think there is like, if you're an artist or if you're a creative or if you're a hyper skilled person, and that's really who this group is for. There's something inside you this world really needs. And this is the feminine component of all of this. But it requires a certain structure and a certain discipline for you to actually like be able to bring this out properly and like with structure and clarity, not just bringing it out and leading to insanity. And that's what like the warning signs are about. They're like, oh my God, if you go and obsess about something, you will be like creating insanity again. And so really for me, what I'm teaching here is to create a structure for you that, one, helps you overcome addictions, whatever they are. I had so many: alcoholism, certain substances, like pornography and like self-pleasure has turned into addictions, smoking, and I've come sober from all of them, to a very large degree, and I always look at myself and be like, where am I having again some kind of addictive tendencies? Media is, for example, one of them that I really work powerfully on right now, to overcome that, because media is really stealing that creative space from me. It steals silence. It lures me into this consuming constantly something like entertainment, right? And so that needs to go. That's not good for me. That will eventually lead me back into this creative congestion, and that creative congestion leads me into isolation, and that isolation leads me back into all the other addictions. So this is a constant work on yourself and getting clear and bringing your highest good that is being downloaded into your being out into the world. And for that, I've worked so hard the last years to learn a structure. I've created a structure that is connected through meditation, because I've been meditating and learning about that for the last 12 years. And before those 12 years, I've been working in the creative industry with some of the world leading photographers and creative people. And I've learned some amazing tools there. And this structure, and I'm teaching this in a workshop that's about to drop. It's called the productivity meditation. It fuses the two and really helps your visionary to find a structure and a roadmap, and then a clear action plan that you can create massively. And I bought this piece of land in 2024, and so that's now 2 years. And when people come visit, they're always like amazed. They're always like, whoa, what? You bought this 2 years ago? It was raw land. And they're like, what you did here is incredible. How could you create all of this in 2 years, right? So, and that comes through these practices. And then of course, like, we have to learn how to work with our energy. There's so much in us that we have to work with, the emotional, the sensational, and then also, of course, like the some call it the eros, like the energy that creates our lust, that creates our muse. Like, creativity is connected to our sexuality and sensuality, and this gets the best refinement if you take it out of like self-pleasure practices that are like not fruitful, and bring it into your relationship with your partner, whether that be male, female, it doesn't really matter, but though that's the place where you can really cultivate mastery over your sensual energies. And that is another aspect that I teach about it. And then of course the last part is leadership, because if you want to create something in the world, you need to be able to communicate this well to people and become a skillful leader. And also sales skills are part of that. Like, not just to create money, though that's also an important part of it, but to be able to sell an idea that has someone get on board, because you cannot do this alone. This is impossible. You will not be able to do this alone. And this is why this year, this community that I'm creating is the first step in learning how to be in community, have exchanges, and sharpen communication. And this community, it has a free offer, of course. You can read the book and all of the free stuff. But then there's also the premium package where you can actually go and be in the community and do morning practices with us. And then there's a call for coaching where we sit together and actually look at what are the blocks. Like, this is a huge path I'm talking about, and there will be blocks, and you will not be doing this alone. I have not done this alone, and I don't know anybody who's done this alone. I've learned with dozens of different teachers, and I have been immersed in huge communities that were all working on their spiritual growth and emotional maturity, because you can only grow in a relationship. That doesn't work in isolation. We are so prone to telling ourselves some spiritual, like, lovely stories when we are by ourselves. But get out into the world and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, all these feelings come up, right? And this is really this here is a dojo where you can work on that stuff and get really solid support for an incredibly affording price, because the premium package is only going to be $60 a month. So that's cheaper than a gym membership these days in certain places. So I hope you're gonna enjoy yourself. The classroom is where a lot of the stuff is being dropped. The free book is being dropped there, and that's also where the workshops are gonna come. And then last but not least, like, I encourage you, comment. There's like, everything is sectioned into like one page at a time, and comment underneath your thoughts, and I want to engage with you. I want to hear from you what your thoughts are, or what your things are that you're working with, or your questions. And I'll be obsessing about this group and make sure that you really have an awesome experience in here. Okay, so feel free to also reach out to me personally. Like, I love to be involved with the people that are interested in working this material that I'm putting out. And this space is gonna grow and get filled day by day. So stay tuned, turn on your notifications, and make use of this resource, because I'm really, like, this is not just like me trying to sell you something, but like, I'm pouring my life energy into this container, and I'm excited about it, and I hope you are excited about it too. I want to have people in here that want to build relationship with me around these subjects. So if you're one of them, like, welcome, and I hope you're gonna grow and have an amazing time here.